Hey everyone, welcome back to the layout. This week, going to be working a little bit more on the scene here at Mill Valley Motors. Last video, I got the pavement put down, just kind of the basic layer of it here and a little bit of weathering on this side just to kind of, make it look like trucks are going in and out of there. But since that video, I have repainted a couple of different times, just trying to get the shade right here. At one point it dried a little too dark, so I lightened it up a little bit and then patched it with some darker, as you can see throughout. I like this color a lot better. So next I'm going to work on weathering, everywhere, not just this path here. But also what I'm working on is the parking lot. So pretty good size employee parking lot's going to go over here, and then a couple of, big wig spots up here by the building, maybe even over at that building as well. We'll kind of see. So right now what I'm doing is kind of figuring out how many parking spots, what direction they should go, and how I want to attack it. I believe right now in my head, I've done painter's tape with lines on a road and things like that, and it's worked out okay. But I have noticed when you use spackle, sometimes it wants to pull up that spackle as you cut and as you remove the tape. Probably a mistake I'm making, but I think what I'm going to try to do here is kind of make a stencil out of some cardboard. Cut the parking lot lines out kind of as a large stencil, tape it down on the edges, and do the yellow or white paint wherever I need, and go from there. So that's kind of the plan for now. Going to start working on the stencil and go from there. Hey guys, just wanted to show the stencil real quick. I'm going to be making an additional one for back in here. There's going to be 2 more rows of spots, but this is it. This is cardboard, and this is literally the back of a box of a Walthers mainline locomotive I purchased recently. And just took a carpenter's square, spaced the lines out, cut it out with a hobby knife, and now I'm just going to use some tape here. Tape down, the edges and the ends probably here, just to make sure everything's flat so that paint doesn't run underneath. And then I'll take my trusty, just acrylic paint, get it at Walmart or whatever, come in there, let it dry, and see if this works or not. Okay, the stencils have been taped. I've done 2 coats of yellow paint so far, just kind of letting that dry. Then I come along here and do a yellow line at the end, and then in between these 2 spots here. Like a dope, I didn't really plan ahead, but if I cut, this off in between, well, then this piece becomes loose. So long story short, I'm just doing these lines, and then I'll just take 2 straight edges to go across there. I'm going to do a couple of spots over here next. Ran out of some cardboard, so I'm just going to wait till these dry and then just move one over there and probably put about 3 spots over there. So for now, just wait for these to dry. More to come after this. Okay, the paint is dried for the most part. I did have some run a little bit in some areas. I just came back with some gray, kind of made it look patched. I think it looks like a parking lot to me. Got 3 spots over here for the bigwigs. And while I was at it, I went ahead and did 3 spots over at this building as well. I figure they're supervisors or something. They get to park close, especially when it's cold out. But I think it looks pretty good. It's a parking lot. It's not a country club tennis court parking lot. It's a automobile industry parking lot. So maybe a little bit faded. Maybe the lines aren't as perfect as they were when they did them. At least that's what I'm telling myself. So also just right now, a few seconds ago, put in this curb here and around this little kiosk. probably put some grass or probably some gravel here. Actually, this is going to be grass, and this is where that company sign is going to go. Working on that as well. So next I'm gonna take a little bit of this green olive paint I have left over, put it down as a base layer here, and come in with the ground foam and things like that just to make that a little bit green. And it'll start looking more like the entrance to the facility. And then after that, I might show you guys the sign and the logo. Maybe. No promises. Okay, everybody, I got the green in for the grass. It's drying. You know, wet water and glue, all that good stuff. And because I can't help myself, I know I didn't promise it, but here is the logo in the sign. Nothing special, just a little bit of color and a little bit of officialness to the building here. You know, and there's the entrance with the little parking kiosk. I need to touch that up a little bit, but you know, you come in here, employee parking, delivery trucks are going to go head back this way behind the building. I think it's given you the idea of what has been in my head for a couple of months now. And the logo, by the way, I should mention a free app. I use iPhone. It's called Canva, C-A-N-V-A. That's how I kind of got that little car thingy, and then I just did an abbreviation, nothing special. You just throw letters in. Put that into a Word document. Found a font I liked for Mill Valley Motors. Put a border around it. Nothing special. May not be the forever sign, but I kind of like it. So that is what it is. So with that, I think this video, as everything dries, I think we're going to call this one good for now. This scene has really started to take shape, I think, from, you know, scratch building the building to now. I mean, there used to be a hill here. There used to be a main line going through right about where that truck is. So I think the transformation is pretty good. Next is going to be, you know, this area, the main line, you know, and the spurs here. I need to ballast all this. I also need to finish, you can kind of see up in the town of Mill Valley, a crossing I'm putting in over there. Need to finish that up. Probably behind that auto rack, between the facility and the road, probably a little bit of a hill, just for a little bit of interest there. So that's going to be coming up next. Also, trees to fill in here, just to kind of finish this scene up and call Mill Valley Motors more complete. I am going to get signs eventually. Not sure what I'm going to do for those yet. You know, like signs over the doors, reserved parking signs, all that kind of stuff. So more of that to come. But for now, I think it's looking pretty decent. Let me know what you think. Again, this is not meant to be submitted to Model Railroad or anything, but if it gives you the idea you're switching cars for an auto facility, that's what I'm going for. And I think if you're here, that would definitely make you feel that you're doing that. So hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments below. Hit the thumbs up if you liked it. If you haven't already subscribed, please do so. I like to do updates every week and a half or so, just to kind of show you what I'm doing on the layout. So feel free to subscribe so you don't miss any of those. And with that, we'll wrap it up. Thanks for watching as always. This is Jake from the Mill Valley Sub. We'll see you next time.